Many years ago, in a land called Egypt, there lived a very mean king. Egyptian kings were called pharaohs.
Faster! Better! More!
The pharaoh made all of the people of Israel living in Egypt work as slaves. They had to build the buildings and lift many heavy things. They had no time to rest and little to eat. They were not free, and they were very unhappy. But the worst thing of all was, one day the pharaoh decided that the firstborn sons of the Israelites would be killed.
Oh no! They won't get my baby. I'll find some way to save him.
Jochebed, the mother of Moses, decided to float her baby down the river.
Shh, don't be afraid. I won't let the Pharaoh hurt you. Your sister Miriam will be right here to make sure you're safe. What's that?
A baby!
Oh, this poor baby needs a home. I'll take him to the palace and take care of him there.
Excuse me, Princess. If you need a nurse for the baby, I know a good one who lives nearby. Her name is Jochebed.
Thank you. Bring her to the palace.
They named the baby Moses, and he was raised in the Pharaoh's palace as an Egyptian. But Jochebed was near Moses while he was a child to teach him right from wrong.
Ha! Moses, time for your lessons. Now, did you do your homework?
Sure I did. When I went out this morning, I saw a slave master hitting one of the Israelites.
He was wrong, Moses. All people should be treated with respect.
And Jochebed taught him that the Israelites in Egypt were unhappy because they were not free. Many years later, when Moses grew up to be a strong young man, he came upon some Egyptians who were treating people very poorly.
You're lazy! Get up, and get back to work right now, or else!
Leave him alone. You shouldn't treat anyone like that.
He deserves it. He's pretending he's hungry and tired because he's too lazy to work. I'm teaching him a lesson about...
Leave him alone.
It was very unusual for someone to help an Israelite like that. Everyone told each other what happened. Moses was sure he had done the right thing. But he knew the Pharaoh would be very angry. So Moses left Egypt all by himself, knowing that he was really an Israelite. He wanted to go to another land where he would not have to see his people be treated so badly. After traveling for 40 days, Moses found himself in the land of Midian. In Midian, Moses got married and had a family. He lived in Midian for so long that he almost forgot about Egypt and about the poor Israelites. Until one day, Moses was looking after a flock of sheep up in the hills, and it was there that he saw an amazing sight.
Come here, little guy. I'll get you. Now I've got you.
Moses, come closer.
Who's there?
God. The Israelites in Egypt are unhappy because they are not free. Go to the Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go.
Why have you chosen me?
Don't be afraid. I will be with you.
But will they believe me?
I will give you signs to show the people that I am with you. Throw your staff on the ground. Now reach down and pick it up by the tail. Trust me, the people will believe you. Now go.
And so Moses returned to Egypt to do what God said.
Are you Moses? I have heard about you. What are you doing back here after all these years?
I am here because God sent me. He wants you to free the people of Israel.
Oh, he does he? Too bad for him. Who is this God, anyway? I've never heard of him. Have you?
No, sir, Your Most Royal Wonderful Highness.
Well then, this God of yours must not exist, right?
Yes, Your Most Royal Wonderful Highness.
Right. You there, come here. We're too nice to the Israelites. After all, they have a big, strong God on their side. Tell my slave masters not to give them any more straw for the bricks they make. From now on, they have to find their own straw.
Yes, Your Most Royal Wonderful.
I said go! Ha! Don't try and tell me what to do. I'm the Pharaoh.
It's time for your bath, Your Royal Highness.
I won't give up that easily.
And so Moses returned.
God wants you to let the Israelites go free.
Oh, haven't we already done this? It'll take a miracle before I listen to another word you're saying.
See the power of God, the only true and living God.
Oh! Silence! Nothing but foolish tricks. Besides, watch this. Think twice before you try to trick me again.
I am not trying to trick you. I am warning you. God can perform many miracles.
That proves nothing. Get out of my sight.
I'll be back.
And the next morning, Moses did come back.
Pharaoh, let the Israelites go free. If you do not, God will let plagues happen to Egypt. The plagues will bring very bad things.
No!
See for yourself the power of God.
It is blood.
Just another magic trick. Ugh. Go away. You again? What do you want now?
Let my people go. If you don't, God will let frogs come all over the land. Frogs will sleep in your bed and eat your food and...
Frogs? I love frogs. Why, when I was a little boy... never mind about that right now. Who cares about a few frogs? Get out of here. Find Moses and bring him to me. Now. You! Make the frogs go away.
Do you promise to let the Israelites go free?
Yes, yes. Just get rid of these pesky things.
God made the frogs go away, but the Pharaoh didn't keep his promise. He did not free the people of Israel. So God allowed more plagues to happen in Egypt. God let lots and lots of gnats come to Egypt. They flew everywhere. Flies flew everywhere. But the Pharaoh still wouldn't let the Israelites go, so the animals got very sick. And then boils grew on the skins of the Egyptians. And terrible hail fell down from the skies. And the locusts came. And ate their clothes. Next, everything was as dark as night for 3 whole days. Each time a plague happened to Egypt, the Pharaoh promised to let the people of Israel go free. But each time he changed his mind and broke his promise.
Now will you let the people of Israel leave?
No, I will not.
I've tried to warn you, but you won't listen. Please hear me now, or you'll be very sorry. The last plague will be the worst. The firstborn sons of the Egyptians will die.
What has your God done? He has taken my son from me. Leave Egypt at once and take your people with you.
Moses told the Israelites to get ready to leave Egypt right away. He knew the Pharaoh might change his mind again, so they packed and left as fast as they could.
I can't believe we're actually going.
It's just as Moses promised.
A land where we could be free. It seems like a dream.
But it's not a dream. At last, we're on our way home.
Single file for a while, then scatter to and fro. Trusting Moses knows his way, singing as we go. Mighty Moses and the Israelites, thousands of sandals in the sand. Mighty Moses, what an amazing sight, leading us on to the promised land. The day has dawned. Israelites, thousands of sandals in the sand. Mighty Moses, what an amazing sight, leading us on to the promised land. Hand in hand through desert sand, answering God's call, following our leader's lead to freedom for us all. Mighty Moses and the Israelites, thousands of sandals in the sand. Mighty Moses, what an amazing sight, leading us on to the promised land. Mighty Moses and the Israelites, thousands of sandals in the sand. Mighty Moses, what an amazing sight, leading us on to the promised land.
And so, finally, the people of Israel left Egypt on the way to their homeland, the land of freedom. By day, a pillar of smoke guided them. And by night, a pillar of fire showed them the way. But back at the palace, the Pharaoh had changed his mind again.
I was a fool to let them go. Who will build our pyramids and grow our food and fan me when it is warm? We must get the Israelites back. Call my chariot.
In the meantime, the Israelites had reached the Red Sea.
Moses, look behind us! The Pharaoh's army!
They'll be here soon. Oh no!
Moses, what have you done to us? We would have been better off living unhappily in Egypt rather than dying here in the desert.
Don't be afraid. God will protect us.
Don't hurry, Moses. Rest tonight. Tomorrow morning, raise your hand and stretch out your staff over the sea. It will part, and you will be able to go through on dry land.
Stop! We will stay here till morning. Then we'll recapture them.
And when morning came, Moses stood by the sea and waved his hand over the waters. And the sea parted, just as God had promised.
Come on, follow me.
After them!
Here they come again. What are we going to do?
Just wait.
Then the sea fell upon the Egyptian army and stopped them.
Thank you, God, for saving us.
The Israelites passed through the Sinai Desert on their way to the land of Israel. When they were hungry, God sent them food.
Father, look. What is it?
It was sweet, tasty bread that God had sent to feed the people. The Israelites called it manna, which meant, "What is it?" When the Israelites were thirsty, God sent them water.
I want milk instead.
When the Israelites reached Mount Sinai in the middle of the desert, they set up camp near the foot of the mountain. It was time for God to give the people His laws.
What is happening, Moses? What does God want?
God is calling me. I am sure He has great plans for us. I must go ahead.
And Moses climbed to the top of the mountain.
I am ready for you.
I have rules that I want to give the people of Israel. If they follow them, I will protect the people. Chisel out 2 stones and I will write them down. Always respect your father and mother. Do not kill anybody. Do not steal anything.
God gave many other laws. He also told Moses how to build the home of worship where the Israelites would pray to God. God also told Moses that everybody should rest on the 7th day, just like He did when He created the world.
Thank you, God.
And this is how Moses led the people of Israel back to their homeland with the power of God and His sacred laws. These laws are called the 10 Commandments. Throughout the long journey, God helped Moses guide the Israelites home.
The 12 tribes of Israel were led out of Egypt by Moses. God had promised them a home of their own, a land called Canaan. But once they got there, many Israelites were afraid of the armies of Canaan. They didn't trust God to help them win their battles. They wanted to go back to Egypt where they had been slaves. God decided that since they didn't trust Him, they couldn't enter the Promised Land, and He had them wander the deserts for 40 years. After 40 years, God led the children of the 12 tribes back to the Promised Land. But instead of it being a time of joy, the Israelites were full of sadness. Their leader Moses had died, so they didn't have anyone to lead them to their new home.
Boys, behave yourselves. Today we are remembering Moses.
Joshua, who helped Moses for those 40 years, was remembering the great leader in his own special way.
Come to cheer me up, Turnip? What will happen to our people now that Moses is gone? Who will guide us to the promised land?
Why not you, Joshua?
Turnip, you talked.
It's me, Joshua.
God?
I've chosen you, Joshua, to lead the Israelites into the promised land.
No, I can't.
You helped Moses.
But he was a great leader. I'm just an ordinary man, a simple servant.
Don't be afraid. There is greatness in every man who has faith, Joshua.
God, where is the land you promised us?
Look west. What do you see?
The desert floor and the Jordan River. Beyond that, foothills and green.
The promised land. Take your people, Joshua.
But I can't lead them. I'm frightened.
Yes, you will face many dangers, but be strong. Remember, I will never leave you.
Because Joshua loved God and obeyed his rules, God protected him. God's rules, known as the Ten Commandments, were written on stone tablets inside the Holy Ark.
The river's very swift. Crossing won't be easy.
Oh, this is foolish.
Following Joshua as if he were Moses.
Are you coming, Aram?
Come, let's see what will happen. How about there, Joshua? I'll see how deep it is. Do you think you can cross it, little one? Oh, come on, it's just a little water. No!
Who are you? Go away!
I am Joshua, leader of the Israelites. God has promised us this land.
Did he? Well, I'm the king of Jericho, and you can't enter. We are protected by this swift river and the strongest wall in the world. If you can cross this river, you better be prepared for a fight.
Our God protects us, as he protected Moses, our leader.
Yes, I've heard that your God parted the Red Sea, but he has no power here. Stay away from Jericho, or my army will destroy you.
What'll we do, Joshua?
Have faith and cross the river when God tells us to.
You heard Joshua. Let's tell the others.
I'm worried about this king of Jericho. He's like the waters of this river, dangerous.
Joshua.
Yes, God?
Don't be afraid of the king. If you trust me, I will protect you.
Joshua did trust in God. He selected 2 men to sneak into Jericho and tell him about the king's army.
One, 2, 3 soldiers. That third one is tiny. I'll only count him as half a soldier.
Aram! We're spies. That means we have to be quiet.
Oh, quiet. Right.
Spy!
Oh, King, I'm only a harmless traveling merchant.
Liar! You're a stranger in Jericho, so I say you're a spy!
Hey! But he can't do that!
More spies! Israelite spies!
That's being quiet.
Catch them!
Stop the spies!
Catch the Israelites!
They must be here somewhere.
This way! Hurry! My name's Rahab. I want to help. This way. Under here, quickly.
Open your doors, by order of the king! Out of my way! The Israelite spies, did you see them?
They were here, but they ran toward the city gates. If you hurry, you might still catch them. The king will be very unhappy if you let them get away.
Rahab told the Israelites it was safe to come out of their hiding place.
That was a very brave thing you did.
Why did you risk your life for us? Two strangers.
Everyone in Jericho knows the Israelites are coming to our land. We've heard that your God rules the heavens above and the earth below. He's so powerful. He parted the Red Sea for Moses. Now our men are afraid to fight you. Go, hide in the hills for 3 days. Then you'll be safe.
God bless you, Rahab. You're very kind.
Wait. I showed kindness to you. When your people attack the city, please spare my family and me.
We promise, Rahab.
Leave this red rope hanging from your window. It will be a sign that no one in this house is to be harmed.
Joshua's spies did as Rahab had said. After hiding in the mountains for 3 days, they ran back to camp with their report.
That's what Rahab told us, Joshua. Everyone in Jericho is afraid of us. We can defeat this king of Jericho.
I'm not so sure, Aram. He had a lot of soldiers.
They were all small.
Let's pray to God and thank Him. He has done as He said. The promised land is ours.
The next day, the 12 tribes marched towards Canaan. But as God had told Joshua, entering their new homeland wasn't going to be easy.
How can we cross this river safely? Please, God, give me an answer.
The water's too fast. It's too fast. I'm not moving. No. No.
How will we get our children and animals across?
Don't be afraid. God has shown me a way. Bring out the Ark of the Covenant.
Joshua directed the priests to carry the ark into the river and hold it there. The Israelites were confused. What did Joshua have in mind?
This can't be safe. Joshua doesn't know what he's doing.
Behold, the power of God.
As the crowd watched, a miracle happened. The priests held up the ark, and God held back the waters.
It's just like when Moses parted the Red Sea.
It's true then. God must be with Joshua, as he was with Moses.
The Israelites' faith in Joshua grew and grew, for now they knew he followed in the footsteps of Moses.
Joshua, choose 12 men, one from each tribe. Tell them to get 12 rocks from the middle of the river, from where the priests stood. Carry the rocks and put them down where you stay tonight.
In the future, your children will ask, what do these rocks mean? And you will say, the water stopped flowing when the Ark of the Covenant with God crossed the river. These rocks will always remind the Israelites of this.
One evening, Joshua was walking near Jericho.
I've followed God's commands without question. I've tried to be a good leader, but I'm not a soldier. How can I fight the king of Jericho and his army?
Joshua.
God? How shall the enemy be defeated?
You won't need swords or armor, Joshua. Just have faith in me. To defeat the king and army of Jericho, here's what you must do.
Early the next day, Joshua formed the Israelites into a long line.
Remember, do as God instructed. Not a word, not a sound from any of you.
First came 7 priests playing ram's horns. Then the Ark of the Covenant. Then the armed men. They marched one time around the great city.
This is not fighting. This is a parade! Well, I guess we've won!
When do we attack the city, Joshua?
We don't. Tomorrow we march around it again. And just like today, everyone must be quiet. No shouts of war. The only sounds can come from the ram's horns.
So the Israelites marched once around Jericho. Every day for 6 days. And for 6 days, nothing happened.
You Israelites are fools! And the biggest fool is your leader, Joshua!
On the morning of the 7th day, Joshua's people were restless.
Joshua, you do not know what you are doing!
Our people are tired of marching in circles.
We need a soldier for a leader.
Yes! Let's fight!
You're right. I'm not a soldier. But I do have faith in God. He didn't let Moses down, and he won't let us down, so long as we trust in him. This is the 7th and last day. Who will come with me?
I will! All of us!
Tell everyone we will march!
And march they did. But instead of going around the city just once, as they had done for 6 full days, Joshua said that God wanted them to march 7 times. And on the 7th time around, they did something completely different.
Shout, yell, scream, so that the heavens can hear you. Shout, for God has given us Jericho.
For 40 years we wandered through the desert sand, hoping we could find God's promised land. And now it's here before us, behind a fortress tall. But it will not be ours until we bring down the walls. Bring down the walls of Jericho. Bring down the walls, lift your horns and blow. The sound we make is gonna shake this city to the ground. We'll see the promised land when the walls come down. We believe in God, that He is with us here. His power is much greater than that army over there. Our enemies are laughing, but their kingdom soon will fall. When we raise our voices, we will bring down the walls. Bring down the walls of Jericho. Bring down the walls, lift your horns and blow. The sound we make is gonna shake the city to the ground. We'll see the promised land when the walls come down. So shout out loud, shout out strong. That wall around the city won't keep us out for long. Sing to God, one and all. That land that we were promised is right behind those walls. Bring down the walls of Jericho. Shout it down. Bring down the walls. Lift your horns and blow. The sound we make is gonna shake the city to the ground. We'll see the promised land when the walls come down.
With their voices, a few ram's horns, and their faith in God, the Israelites captured Jericho.
Joshua! These are the people who helped us. Rahab, her mother and father.
You're a brave woman, Rahab. God has watched over you and your family because of your faith and for helping my people.
Can we stay and join you, Joshua?
Nothing would make me happier.
Don't touch me, Israelite! How dare you treat me this way? Why, I'm the king!
You were the king. When I said God promised us this land, you laughed and called me a fool. Who's the fool now?
You can't, no!
Has anyone seen Turnip? For you. Perfect. My friends, our days of wandering are over. We're home.
After Jericho was captured, the Israelites kept moving and claimed more and more new land. Their wandering days were over, all because Joshua and the Israelites had faith in God.